Hello, and welcome to an Easton Press unboxing. Now, Easton Press ones, I mentioned that when you see one, you kind of see them all. But this one's a special Easton Press unboxing because it's also a preview, well, slightly, kind of a preview of what you can expect to see from Suntup editions later in October. So, surprise, it's not going to be this exact copy, obviously. There's going to be much fancier. Easton Press, you get your genuine leather binding, you get gilded edge pages. You get what you get. You get the same kind of thing. 22 karat gold, gilded page edges. But what you will get from Suntup editions, although it's not going to be by its name, is Schindler's List. Although it's going to be by its original title, Schindler's Ark by Thomas Keneally. So anyways, it's actually really funny timing. I ordered this. I got an email from Easton Press saying, hey, if you join the modern first editions, signed first editions, if you join that, you can get a copy of Schindler's List signed by Thomas Keneally for like $50, which that sounds like a lot of money for like, you know, most trade editions, but Easton Press usually charges like $100 for their books, so that's like 50% off. You can't beat it. I said, hell yeah. I mean, you do technically become subscribed to the modern signed editions, but here is a life hack for you. You can just immediately unsubscribe, and then you got a $50 book. Pretty cool. It comes with a note about Schindler's List and the author Thomas Keneally. I don't know if it's going to mention in here the original name. I don't know. This is, of course, the title. This is, of course, the title about Oskar Schindler, who helped thousands of Jews survive the Holocaust, which is just absolutely incredible. More famously, got made into the film by Steven Spielberg, starring Liam Neeson and Ralph Fiennes, one of Ralph Fiennes' best performances. All of these Easton Press signed editions come with a certificate of authenticity. So that's not actually a real signature. I mean, it is a real signature at one point. These are printed, so you're not getting two Thomas Keneally signatures. It was signed back on, the 1st of, the 18th of January, 2021. So with the Easton Press ones, they all kind of follow the same design. They all have the little hubbed spines, very decorative, of course. You get the same kind of end papers, same style in each one. But you do get, not all Easton Press, because it only works for the signed ones, you do get a signature page up in the front. This leather-bound edition of Schindler's List is personally signed by Thomas Keneally. There we go. There's Thomas Keneally's signature, which is a spoiler alert for Suntup. That's what you're going to get in the Suntup numbered edition. So it's bound in genuine leather, 22 karat. There's not usually any interior illustrations, but this one being a historical novel might have historical pictures, perhaps. It's nothing too fancy. It does have a ribbon marker. The text seems kind of cramped. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just did an unboxing, broken binding, which felt like large print, so maybe it just seems cramped in comparison. Like I said, it's not going to be too famous. It's not going to be too fancy on the inside. They're kind of notoriously like fancy print-on-demand books. But you know what? When the price is right, I like it. It's very nice. $50, the price is definitely right. You can't go wrong there. I believe the offer is still available. So anyways, I had gotten the offer for $50. I said, hell yeah, I'm going to buy it. And the very next week, Suntup released their quarterly schedule, and wouldn't you know, their October title was Schindler's Ark. It's the 50th anniversary this year, so they're going to get that out, at least get the purchasing out of the way under the original Schindler's Ark title. It changed to Schindler's List. Oh, I didn't look it up, but presumably after the popularity of the film Schindler's List. So, very, very nice. They have some really good science fiction titles on there. I like a good science fiction title, and Easton Press does those really well. They used to have signed first editions specifically for science fiction. You can usually find them pretty cheap on the secondary market. And you might even be able to find this for pretty cheap on the secondary market, but I figured, you know what, it was new. I canceled my signed first editions subscription immediately afterwards, and I'm pretty happy with it. You got a $50 book, especially because I'm no longer on the Suntup train, I won't be able to get the numbered edition, which is limited to 250 copies, by the way. They've been at 350 for a while. I'm just talking about Suntup. They were at 350 for a while. This is one of the titles that is going back down to 250. Followed by Zombie by Joyce Carol Oates, which is also going to be 250. Followed by Hannibal Rising by Thomas Harris, which is back up to 350. No idea what comes next, other than somewhere on the horizon next year, we are getting American Gods by Neil Gaiman, and we are getting The Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker. So anyways, the Suntup edition is going to be published in 3 states. 3? Yeah, I think just 3 for this one. The lettered, numbered, and the artist edition. The numbered and lettered are the only ones signed by Thomas Keneally. The artist edition is signed by the artist, but not Thomas Keneally. So if you're like, hey, I want a Thomas Keneally signature, but I don't want to swing for the but you're not on the numbered train and you were not able to swing for the numbered edition, you can get yourself a $55 copy of Schindler's List here from Easton Press, and you got a signature. Look at that. And I mean, if you wanted to, you could rip the page out, I guess, and put it in there. I wouldn't do that. I would just kind of keep them together. But, you know, you get your signed version, your artist edition. It'll look very nice together. This might be the one. There's one coming up where everything, similar to Animal Farm, everything is printed letterpress. I want to say it might be Schindler's Ark. Maybe I'm making that up. I know the American Gods is all letterpress. But, yeah, it's going to be gorgeous. Anyways, 6.5 minutes in, I'm just rambling about Suntup now on this Easton Press unboxing. Thank you guys very much for watching. Check out Easton Press. Like I said, they have nice signed first editions. They have little signed subscriptions like this, and you can get them for cheap, either on the secondary market or when little deals come along. You gotta love those deals. You gotta jump on the deals. They used to do deals where you bought one title, you got a second title for free, and the second titles were always from a list of various titles. But I did that whenever they came along, because it's like, hey, I can justify a signed. I was buying like a signed Neil Gaiman book, which I have several Easton Press ones signed by Neil Gaiman, and you get like a free like atlas of the Civil War, which is kind of weird, but you know what? It's cool and it's free, so why not? Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and we will see you guys around next time.